It's Cloud Festival 2015, and so good to be talking to the boys from Leeland.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey, thanks so much for firstly coming down under to New Zealand and for coming to the Cloud Festival. How many times have you been to New Zealand before?
Oh man, so I've been here probably 3 times. This is my third. We came a couple of times for Parachute Festival. Like one time we did like 4 years ago, and we came like 2 years ago. Me and my brother Jack for Parachute, and so this is my third time back. But the rest of the guys, it's like all their first time, and the band has really changed. So all the guys are like kind of newer guys, and Casey's been in the band for like 4 or 5 years, and so it's his first time here.
Yep.
Are you liking it, enjoying it?
I'm loving it. It's awesome.
So any chance to maybe see some sights, go to the beach, Hobbiton, perhaps?
Oh my gosh.
Have you been growing the hair on your feet out?
I've been to the shower once before. I think Casey really wants to go.
We might go. I think maybe today or tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Cool. And you're heading to the beach, I hear.
Yeah, at least some nice beaches.
We want to go to any beach with like black sand, because that's like such a phenomenon. We don't have that in the States. Yeah. So like, and our beaches are also really ugly in Texas. They're like, it's like brown water everywhere, because the Mississippi floods into the Gulf. Okay, it's dumb. Anyways, it's just really ugly.
I wouldn't even think there were beaches in Texas, so there you go. You learned something.
I know, you do. The Gulf of Mexico.
Hey, tell us about the latest project, which just sounds amazing. I read somewhere that this, for you, the latest album, which was recorded live, you finally feel like you've captured your passion and your energy as a band when you perform live, but in an album. Sure.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that we've always wanted to do, is do a live record, and it just never really worked out over the years. And we always end up doing studio records, and I love every record we've ever recorded in the studio, and all for different reasons. But this one, I feel like I just love it just because that nature of, we love playing live, and we love leading worship live, and there's just a special atmosphere that happens that you can't, no matter how hard you try, you can't recreate it in the studio. And so it was so much fun getting to do it, and it all went so amazing. Like, it was basically about 30 or 40 of kind of our close friends and different relationships we had in Nashville, and people just showed up in like this kind of barn house. And it's actually Michael W. Smith. He has like a farm/barn house, that's awesome. And out there, and so we basically recorded in it. Cool. And it was awesome. It was great. We did like 2 nights and sort of pulled from the best of both nights, and it was really special.
So when you say barn house, were there farm animals like running around?
It looks like a barn. There are no animals. There are a lot of turkeys though around on this property, I've seen. So
that's great.
I want to maybe get a bow to one of them this year. So.
Yeah, you mentioned your brother before. I mean, it is a bit of a family affair, because your sister Shelley plays bass with you now.
Well, she's not in the band anymore. So she's a mommy now, and she has a little boy, Duke, who is like the cutest thing in the world. He's like all chunk, and so she's like being she's like
all chunk. I've got to remember
she's like
that.
super mom right now. Like, so she's being a mom, and my brother Jack actually isn't full time in the band anymore. He's a pastor now, so be praying for him. He's like a full-time pastor. Him and his wife took over a church in Tennessee. So the band is like totally changed, which has been, it's been refreshing and scary and awesome at the same time. So
does that mean you have to be on your best behavior now with all these people who aren't family members? When it's your family, you can just say, don't do that.
Totally. Exactly.
Well, you go, please don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was a little bit like that at first, but the cool thing is all the guys that are playing with us now all kind of come from close relationships that we have.
Been friends
so we've been friends, for a while, and it's
so you can still abuse each other.
Like, that's right. Exactly. So we can still be mean.
No, that's great. What are you sort of thinking about doing next? I mean, what's your plan? Because I read that, and I'm not sure if this is true, that you've only had in the last sort of 8 years 3 weeks off in a consecutive row. Like, you hardly get any time off. Is that something you want to change?
Sure. I think it's definitely something we've talked about and this year has been great, because it's been a little bit of a slower year, so it's enabled us to spend more time at home with our family and focus on our relationships and our marriages. And you know, none of us have kids yet. Like the band that is Leeland right now doesn't really have kids yet, but me and my wife are talking about it and really want to have kids soon. And so, but we definitely want to take our time with our next project and what it's going to be. We have like a lot of new songs we're really excited about, and a lot of creative stuff that we're working on that's really kind of left of center and interesting, and we're excited. So we have quite a few irons in the fire, and so we'll be announcing something soon. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
you had a lot of hits and a lot of success with The Great Awakening. It's a huge album. I mean, is that sort of a weird balance, as a Christian band where you're trying to honor God and lead people in worship, but then also it just becomes commercially successful. And how do you deal with that sort of stuff and make sure you've got the right balance?
Yeah. Well, I guess number one is having family around you, you know, and the band, we're all like a family, and so we're all really honest with each other, and you know, and also having, you know, we've always talked about having like Texas moms is a big one, you know, like this is like the best story ever, but one of the very first times me and my brother went to Nashville to do like songwriting, and we felt like kind of really awesome because we did like a professional songwriting trip, and like it was our very first one. I was like maybe 15, and so we're coming back to the airport, and we're like all really tired, and my mom, you know, like especially being a Texan mom, she wants to know like every detail from the trip. She's like, okay, so tell me who was there, what was her name, what were y'all talking about, what do they think about the songs? It's like, you know, like really detailed. And I was like, Mom, like I'm just too tired right now, like I don't want to talk. And she said, oh no, y'all ain't gonna go to Nashville and get a bunch of big heads. You are 0 without Jesus, okay? You are a 0 without Jesus in your life. And so she like got onto us, and we're like, oh my gosh, like so like we have family like that that's like keeps us level-headed, and
yeah, that sounds scary.
Also, my wife is the same way. So if I ever get like, you know, a big head or think I'm something, yeah, they keep us level-headed.
That accent was good too, because your accent's a lot softer than that now.
Dude, I'm telling you, you guys would have culture shock if you came to came to Thanksgiving with our family. Like it'd be pretty awesome.
That's great. Yeah, very good. Oh, it's so good to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for making it down to New Zealand. Can't wait to see you live because we love your songs. Give it up for Leeland.
Thanks.